It's a digital agency that focuses on veganism and eco-conscious brands, and he is also the director and partnership for Vegan World magazine. To the right, we have Dominick Thompson, and he is a leading voice in veganism and plant-based athlete communities. He is not only an athlete, but also an activist and founder of New York City-based company Crazies and Weirdos. To the right, we have Torre Washington, and Torre Washington is a professional bodybuilder, lifelong vegetarian vegan, and recently starred in a groundbreaking documentary, From the Ground Up. He is also a NASM certified coach and inspires many athletes to build muscle, no cruelty necessary. And last but not least, we have John Lewis, also known as Badass Vegan. He is an athlete, influencer, and entrepreneur. He is co-directing an upcoming documentary with Keegan Kunn, one of the directors of Cowspiracy and What the Health, which explores the correlation between food injustice, hip-hop culture, and veganism. So can we please give them a round of applause?
What's up, everybody?
Woo! Yeah!
How we doing at this party right now?
Yeah!
Wait, go ahead.
Let's try it again. That ain't sound
Yes.
good. All right. How y'all doing out there?
Woo! That's what I'm talking about. That's it. How many people here are vegan?
Woo!
All right. So this is what we like to do all the time. How many people here are not vegan?
It's okay. We're not mad at you.
Woo!
That's what I'm talking about.
One day.
I now want everybody who's vegan to clap for those who aren't vegan that are here.
Woo!
Real round of applause. Seriously.
Yeah!
Welcome them. We are all about inclusivity, not exclusive. We don't want to exclude anybody because they have a different choice at this moment. We want to bring people in.
Plus, we know how crazy we are, so as vegans, let's give them a little credit for being around us.
No doubt.
And we have cookies.
But thank you guys for being here. We're ready to get started. And I'm not sure how this is supposed to go. I just took the mic because I wanted to say hi to everybody. So I appreciate you all for being here.
Growing up in the environment that I grew up in, which is hunting, fishing, I've actually killed hundreds of animals myself, and been a part of, been inside slaughterhouses, been a part of watching cattle being herded to their deaths. And in the community that I grew up in, a big part of masculinity was based upon treatment of animals, right? Like, how many can you kill? Can you give limits to our message? And I'm a walking example of the epitome of, like, he'll never go vegan, right? And like, my grandfather still has a functioning cattle ranch, and sometimes I still go and bale hay because it's like it's a pastime, and we talk, right? My dad is an oil and gas executive still to this day, and he's a second generation cattle rancher, and like he's about 90% plant-based now, and it took like 5, 6, 7 years, you know, of learning how to navigate that. So that's been the most difficult part.
About being a man in general, with respect to being a vegan man, I think if anything, this diet and this lifestyle has allowed all of us up here to actually kind of redefine masculinity, and actually to teach and educate men out there, no matter your diet, that at the end of the day, we are protectors, we are educators, and we are leaders. Not just the men though too, and also we able to do things with the women in the community that, honestly, I'm gonna just be real with you, the women in the community got more balls than a lot of the omnivore men outside of this community.
Woo!
I'm just being real. They got a lot more heart, they're more passionate about what's happening to these 50 to 70 million animals being destroyed annually. So I think at the end of the day, this diet, if anything, is really redefining what people think the human experience is about. And I'm just happy to be a part of this experience and to continue to push forward in this progressive way.
Woohoo!
Thank you for the insight, Dom. Involved in fitness, what are the benefits you have found that a plant-based diet has on your overall fitness performance?
Let's let the IFBB Pro answer that one.
Woo!
First of all, I would like to say the one thing about this that I don't really, if you guys know me, you know me pretty well. John knows what I'm about to say anyway. I am not ready to die yet. Do you get that? Diet, D-I-E-T. So this is not a diet to me. This is a lifestyle. And when you think about a diet, most people can get on a what? A diet, right? So if you can get on something, you can definitely do what? You can get off. So when it's a lifestyle and you commit to it, it's not a diet. So I missed the question, so I'm gonna hold on. What was the question again?
What are the benefits you have found that a plant-based diet has on your performance?
A plant-based lifestyle has, for me, because I've been vegan for approximately 21 years, my lifestyle has, thank you. My lifestyle actually with with plant-based lifestyle and what I do, it really has actually caused me to perform at a higher level in a sense. I've always been able to recover well and train with this guy here. He lifts very heavy, so sometimes I have to show him up a little bit. And you know, just in general, coming from my standpoint, plant-based is the way to go, because if you look at it just in the way of recovery is the one main thing that people in fitness are looking forward to. After they train, okay, how can I get ready and do it again the next day? And so with all that you intake, with the micronutrients, macronutrients that you're getting in from a plant-based lifestyle, there's no other choice. That's how I'll say on it.
For me, I would have to say it comes down to mental clarity, which goes along with the physical attribute, because we all relate in a certain way. Me and Torre relate a certain way, and me and Downs relate a certain way, me and Zach. Me and Downs relate in a certain way because of where we came from. We came from the streets of our neighborhood. And my mental clarity, I was not, you know, if anybody's seen my timeline, I'm usually smiling 90% of the time. Before that, I was not as happy-go-lucky as I am now. And I would say that my mental clarity was one of the biggest things. And now I'm able to see, I wouldn't say see the future, but I can see past whatever barriers in my way right now. For instance, if I want to get cut up for a photo shoot or for a documentary per se, I know how to stay focused and not get deterred by, you know, all everyday things that happen. So that's one of my biggest things, and I've been able to perform with, I've involved myself in CrossFit lately. Don't worry, I'm not the CrossFit guy with the tattoo and you know, that's not me. I love CrossFit, but I'm not like all in like that. But recently, I always talk about a story when we were doing a class and I beat the class. And one guy was like, oh, that's because you're younger than us. And I was like, no, I was like, I'm 41, dude. And he was like, what? And I'm like, yeah, exactly. So I've seen that with my age, I've been able to still outperform a lot of people that are so-called, you know, non-protein deficient. But I'm not ingesting all that, and I'm still able to outperform a lot of people.
Thank you, John. To go off that, a big misconception that men usually have when going vegan is that they're scared to lose weight. So how can you avoid losing weight on a vegan diet and move into building muscle?
Vegan cupcakes.
Yeah. I mean, it's actually a lot of ignorance out there, and I don't mean like ignorant people. I mean like they're just uneducated about a lot of misinformation out there, a lot of confusion out there. But it's actually the opposite for a lot of us. I actually gained weight. I actually became stronger. When I went plant-based, it was 17 years ago in federal prison. It was my first week there that I decided to make that switch. And my whole body went from being like 250 to 260 pounds, and I dropped down to like 190, but it was solid. And I was one of the, out of 1,500 inmates, I was like in the top 10% of the strongest. I was deadlifting, repping over 500 pounds, squatting over 400 pounds. My bench was 405, repping. You know, and it was just incredible the way this diet really transformed my performance, and also how much weight, pure strength that I gained on a specific diet. So just there's a lot of misinformation out there. You could definitely be productive, and you could definitely thrive on this diet and definitely make a lot of gains in what these young guys say out there. You can do that with no problem. Because if I could do it 17 years ago without in prison, I didn't have the Beyond Meats. I didn't have the Torre Washingtons and Johns and Zack. I didn't have the influencers and stuff like that. We didn't have that back then. You guys can do it out here strictly with all these amazing products to help you transition into this lifestyle.
Thank you, Don. Is there anything else you guys would like to add to that question?
I mean, real quick, when I started bodybuilding, I weighed about 150 pounds, and in my last show, I was able to compete at about 165. So, for the fact that people think that you're gonna lose weight, that's not necessarily the case. You have to actually look into what you're eating and how much you're eating. What the misinformation is out there is that once you go eating vegan, all you're gonna do is eat salad and grass. There's a lot of different foods out there that we can eat that can help you to put on muscle, put on size, and it's just a variety. A lot of times it's just the misinformation of not being able to say, okay, I can have watermelon, I can have whatever I want to eat, because as long as I get the nutrients out of it and continue to train. The training is the aspect when you want to just put on size. You have to just keep going, be consistent with it.
Woo!
Yeah, the protein myth, I think, especially when people first go vegan, they start focusing on that one macronutrient, right? Because they don't want to lose it. And I think it also comes from like quality of carbohydrates, and making sure that, you know, if you want to make sure that you don't lose weight, right, you lift heavy and you eat the right carbohydrates.
Thank you, Zach. And to go off of that, a lot of people are concerned about maybe not getting the proper nutrients that they need to build muscle. Do you recommend supplementing any of those key nutrients? If so, how would you supplement them?
The one thing that I've recently started supplementing that has really helped me with growth and recovery is glutamine. That's fermented glutamine. That really helps me with recovery, and carnitine. Those two things for me.
I don't do any supplements, but I would. The only thing, and I don't even consider it a supplement, because whether you're vegan or not, it's very important to have this in your staple and consume it, which is B12. No matter vegan or not, that's very important. But that's the only thing that I take with respect to that. And I'm not to demonize supplement. Just be very careful on how you take it, because there are a lot of harmful things in that. It is a refined, highly processed food that's heated up, and you lose a lot of nutritional value out of that. And it also has a lot of metals in that specifically. But I think it's a great product for those that are on the go and transition into this lifestyle, because you have tons of amazing plant-based protein powders out there and other supplements and stuff. But I just don't do it.
When it comes to supplementation to me is exactly what it says. It's a supplement. It's not a necessity. I think the misinformation, the miscommunication is that you need to supplement this, supplement that. You don't need any of that. The body in and of itself can burn fat. You don't need any supplement out there that they tell you is going to burn fat. You have to have the drive, the time, the consistency to burn fat. Fat is a caloric deficit. Caloric deficit is what's going to cause that fat loss over time. A lot of times people want to get it done so quickly, so they supplement, and then that's a false image of what you need to do, and then your body depends on that supplementation. So when it comes to protein, for example, a lot of people automatically assume, okay, I'm not eating meat, so where am I getting my protein, so I need a supplement? Not necessarily, because the body doesn't need that as much protein as you think it needs, even when it comes down to someone who wants to compete. So if you're an average person just lifting in the gym, you probably don't even need to have protein supplemented. And like Dom's just saying, one of the ones that I actually didn't really partake in was B12. B12, I do it a little bit here and there, but it was not even something I even considered supplementing, because I think a lot of times mass media marketing wants you to do things because they feel like, hey, if I push this on you, even the vegan community will say, hey, okay, we need to get everybody to look over here, so let's push protein just as well. So really think about that. Supplementation doesn't mean a necessity.
This is going to be a shameless plug, but I actually own a protein shake company, so hey, feel free to go support. But I am honest. They know all the talks we do. I'm probably the only protein shake owner that will tell you you don't need protein shakes. It's actually a convenient thing. It's a fun thing. It's a thing that, like, I like the taste of it because it actually tastes good. You should go try it. Really should. But no, but seriously, like, I like to have that convenience. I travel over the last 2 years. I've logged over 245,000 sky miles. It's a convenient thing for me. I can pack them with me, bring them with me. Sometimes, as much as I love to support vegan restaurants, sometimes I'm tired and I just want to chill in the hotel room. So sometimes I can do that protein shake, not worry about it. Now, am I taking like pills of B12 and all this other stuff, it's in the shake. So I can't say that I'm taking, you know, the creatine and all this stuff, but there is some stuff that's in the shake that's there. So sometimes it's about find your convenient level. If you're working two 40-hour-a-week jobs, you might want to supplement. But if you're sitting on your butt, there's a kid here. If you're sitting on your butt at home, you probably don't need to supplement. You probably need to get off your butt and then go eat some good whole plants.
Wonderful, thank you so much. And I'm gonna head to what is you guys' favorite meal? What is something convenient, delicious, and something that supports muscle growth and your overall health?
Man, so anything vegan, I can't lie, man. I'm one of those junk food but try to be healthy vegans. Like I talk about being healthy, but then if you put a vegan cheeseburger in front of me, it's probably gonna disappear. I always say though, there's a big misconception out there about building muscle. Yes, you need to eat the right foods, but a big misconception out there is that you can work out for 15 minutes and get the body of somebody that works out for 2 hours. I don't care who you are. I don't care what you're trying to do. You can't do the Richard Simmons workout and expect the body of Arnold Schwarzenegger. It'll never happen. Nothing against my boy Simmons, because he helped out a lot of people. But if that's your route that you want to take with the 5-minute abs and the 4-minute workout and the 2 minutes on the treadmill, and you're on Instagram half the time you in the gym, and you like, man, I don't look like Torre. I don't know what's wrong. I can tell you a couple things is wrong. If you focus on the actual workout, like a lot of people want to build muscle. The biggest example, I'm sorry, I don't know what's going on with the speaker. I guess they're trying to tell me shut up. One of the biggest things I always tell people is if you do 50 push-ups a day for 365 years, you'll get a little stronger, but you probably won't get bigger. Now, if you take those same push-ups and put a 10-pound weight on your back, what is your body gonna do? It's gonna adjust, it's gonna adapt, and you're gonna get bigger as time goes. It's gonna get to the point where you actually don't even need that 10-pound weight anymore. You're gonna have to up that 10-pound weight to 20 pounds, and you'll grow through that. But it's resistance. A lot of people think like, oh, I'm in the gym. Yeah, but you on Instagram half the time checking to see, what somebody's live story was about. So that's my thing.
Very, very close to what John said. When it comes to what I eat, I don't focus on, okay, I need to eat this specific food to build muscle. I think that's just another thing, misinformation. We got to put that out there. Oh, you got to eat this, or you got to eat clean. What is clean? I don't know what clean is.
Vegan.
Yeah. Clean is the term that you guys need to erase. There's no such thing as a clean food. So we have this information out there that's pushed onto the populace to think a certain way, and that's just marketing to you. So when it comes to me, as far as special food, if it's vegan, I eat it. I'm not one to sit there and say, oh, it has to be raw, oh, it has to be this, oh, it has to be fruits only. If it's vegan, if it's not, I eat it. So there's no specific one. I don't really have I like donuts. I like donuts, there you go, that's my favorite, there we go. And as far as building muscle comes from, like John said, getting in the gym. It's not gonna sit there and eat tofu and next thing I know I'm gonna build muscle.
Yeah, I agree with these guys. I'm gonna just say this though, like if I'm training for like a triathlon or something like that, I am primarily raw, so I do love, you guys know that follow me, I love watermelons. Juice watermelons is kind of my thing, like especially when I'm training for like high intensity endurance training. Anybody knows how many grams of protein you can get in one watermelon? Anybody? Raise your hand. Nobody? Nobody. 18 to 28 grams in one whole watermelon. Yeah, and it's amazing. Like you can.
Not the ones this side. We ain't talking about these. We talking about them back down south watermelon.
But yeah, watermelon is one of my favorites in terms of endurance training. When I'm off season, I'm not doing competitive triathlons. I love me what's called an Eat Well If I Eat bowl. It's a bunch of leafy greens, specifically kale. I saute the chickpeas, add my tempeh that's sauteed, dice up some avocados, tomatoes, and that's kind of my thing with some Japanese sweet potatoes, organic potatoes, and that's just like my thing. It's really one of my favorite things with the homemade vegan ranch dressing. So yeah, that's my favorite.
Man, I like to work out in the morning, so I like to crush some cereal after a workout. But yeah, same with these guys. Like I've only been really lifting and and trying to build muscle for the past like year, 2 maybe. So I'm not anywhere close to these guys, but I did used to